and welcome to the World Justice Forum's evening of the first day. I'm Nancy Ward, Vice President and former Chief Engagement Officer for the World Justice Project, and it is a distinct pleasure to be here with you all in The Hague and to welcome those of you who are joining us digitally from around the world. Tonight, we welcome some incredible artists to the stage. Artists play a unique and important role in our communities, inviting us to see issues in new ways and to sit for a while with our emotional response to the world around us, both the joys and the sorrows. The arts help us to preserve and honor the history of our ancestral ways of being, to process the complexity and the nuance of the world we live in, and to imagine together the world we want to build. The arts also have the power to bring about cross-cultural understanding, interesting dialogue, and healing. Afghanistan has always been a place of rich cultural heritage, but under the persecution of the Taliban regime, Afghans were deprived of their human and musical rights, with no access to musical education or musical recordings. Beginning in 2010, the Afghan National Institute of Music firmly reintroduced music into Afghan society, innovatively using the power of music to transform communities and facilitate intercultural dialogue within Afghanistan and internationally. Through its growth, the Afghan National Institute of Music has played an important role in rebuilding a war-torn country and contributing to the establishment of a just and civil society. However, as the WJP's Rule of Law Index data shows, equal rights and non-discrimination have been eroding in many parts of the world. Afghanistan is no exception, and the return to Taliban rule over the past year raises serious concerns about the future rights of artists, particularly musicians and particularly women and girls. I stand in awe of the resilience of these artists who are determined to preserve their cultural heritage in the face of forced silence, displacement, and flight. Please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Ahmad Sarmast, founder and director of the Afghan National Institute of Music. Dr. Sarmast? We are honored to learn from you. I invite you to tell your story and to introduce the ensemble and describe the traditional instruments that they'll be playing.
Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to be standing here in front of you in the city whose name is closely associated with the justice. It's important to tell the story of the Afghanistan National Institute of Music, a music school called the happiest place in Afghanistan. A music school which is being called also a beacon of hope for the country. A music school which in the past 12 years have been in the forefront of democratic values in Afghanistan. A music school which has been transforming the life of disadvantaged children of the country, promoting gender equality in Afghanistan through music, empowering the girls and women of Afghanistan through music and music education, building bridges not only between diverse ethnic groups of Afghanistan, by facilitating music making between children and youth of different ethnic communities, where, or through music making, they'll be learning also to respect each other's differences, get engaged in dialogue, and live in peace and harmony. I've never imagined that I'll be standing in front of you once again, and I will be calling on the international community to save Afghan music, to save Afghan musicians. In the last 14 years, I've been always celebrating the return of music back to Afghanistan. I've been celebrating the power of girls and women in music in Afghanistan. We've been making music and sharing the beauty of Afghan music with the rest of the world. But unfortunately, unimaginable happened. Back in 15th of August, when the Taliban returned to Afghanistan, this is the day that once again, the misery of Afghan music and musicians began. This is the day that the women of Afghanistan once again faced the draconian policies of the Taliban, depriving women of Afghanistan and girls of Afghanistan from their every basic human rights, including rights to music, rights to express themselves freely and fairly through music, rights to work, rights to be educated, and rights to educate. A place which has been called the happiest place in Afghanistan today is a base for the Afghani group. A place which was full of music and happiness and joy today is under the heel of the Taliban. The practice rooms are empty. There's no sound of music any longer. From the day that the Taliban returned, they made every effort to silence this nation once again. And today that I'm talking to you, Afghanistan is a silent nation. Afghan children and youths are deprived from their musical rights. Musical rights. I'm speaking in a place in front of the people who are responsible for the rule of law. People, professionals who are responsible to ensuring that human rights is respected around the world. But I'm here standing in front of you to call on you and to let you know that every single musical rights of the Afghan people are denied by the Taliban. Afghan people do not have the right to listen to music. They are not allowed to learn musical languages. They are not allowed to make music. Afghan musicians are not allowed to make a living through music. Musicians of Afghanistan do not have any longer in their disposals all the venues and means to share their music to the rest of the community. And today when I'm standing here once again, I'm very happy, but I'm also sad. I'm happy that the community of the Afghanistan National Institute of Music has been rescued. They have once again an opportunity to dream, to hope, and to make music. But I'm sad because the people of Afghanistan are deprived of the joy of music. The musicians of Afghanistan are deprived an opportunity to deliver a smile to the people of Afghanistan through music. Yes, Afghanistan National Institute of Music is safe in Portugal. Yes, we are committed to preserve and revive Afghan musical tradition in exile. We are committed to bring music back to Afghanistan. But while I'm standing here in front of you, it's not just music, it's not just Afghan musicians. Today, the people of Afghanistan, the women of Afghanistan, they are deprived of their rights. Every single rights to work, rights to be educated, and rights to educate. And therefore, while I'm standing here in front of you, I would like to call on you, to call in this beautiful city whose name is associated with justice and law, to implore or to demand from the Taliban an immediate release of Afghan journalists arrested by this terror group. I would like to call on you to demand the release of women activists in Afghanistan. I'm calling on you to make sure and demand from the Taliban that the forced amnesty that they promised to the Afghan people and to the former member of the Afghan army and member of the Afghan government is respected and they are not killed, assigned, and also not put in prison. But finally, I call on you to demand from the Taliban to restore the musical rights of Afghan people. By this demand, we will make sure that an Afghan child, by receiving a musical instrument, playing a musical instrument, he's happy and he or she smiles once again. Today, I have a very group of young musicians with me. A small ensemble of the Afghanistan National Institute of Music called Tarannum. This group of musicians share with you the beauty of Afghan music. I'm confident that for some of you, maybe this is the first time that you're hearing an Afghan music and listening to Afghan instruments. Maybe even seeing Afghan instruments, for some of you, maybe the first time. But I call on you to make sure that this is not the last time that you see this group and you listen to Afghan music. Please save Afghan music and musicians today. Please save Afghan music and musicians today so they can sing tomorrow and to share the beauty of music with all of you. Thank you very much for your attention, and please meet the group of Tarannum, made of 4 young, brave musicians. Ramiz Safar, a rabab player. Can you please show your instruments? Ramiz Jan, can you show your instrument, please? This instrument is called Afghanistan, with centuries of history. But this instrument is in danger inside Afghanistan. This is considered to be the national instrument of my country. Iqbal Asifi, tanbour player. Tanbour is another traditional instrument of Afghanistan, which is in danger of becoming obsolete in my country. Fawad Murad is a sitar player. Sitar is a musical instrument shared by the people of South Asia, an instrument which is the result of a marriage of tanbour and veena of India. And Mr. Mohammadi is a tabla player and dol player from Afghanistan. He is playing, again, an instrument commonly used in South Asia. I hope you enjoyed this evening the beauty of Afghan music. Thank you very much.
کابل جانان است که وطن جنت نشان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. هر طرف که میبینم نوای بلبلان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. هر طرف که میبینم نوای بلبلان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. از برفش روشنی دو چشمان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. گوهای پر از برفش روشنی دو چشمان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. این کابل جانان است که وطن جنت نشان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. هر طرف که میبینم نوای بلبلان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. انجیر تاش قرغانش بادام بامیانش بادام بامیان. انجیر تاش قرغانش بادام بامیانش بادام بامیان. انار قندهار و همایی در کوهستان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. انار قندهار و همایی در کوهستان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. این کابل جانان است که وطن جنت نشان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. هر طرف که میبینم نوای بلبلان است. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. آزاد افغانستان است، آزاد افغانستان. ای بلبل کی همیشه در سر میں نالده. ای جاتی گلی تازه و در میں نالده. هر کس کی زیار خواهد کند ناشکریه چند روزی دیگر از این بدتر منالده چند روزی دیگر از این بدتر منالده شوخ سری زلف تو را داد کی دادم چشمی اصلی مست تو را خواب کی دادم دم پشتی خانه تو بخشه انارای باغبان منم باغ تو را آب کی دادم باغبان منم باغ تو را آب کی دادم صفت بندر تایم بگدایی من دل به تو دادم تو دانی و خدایی با سر به قدر در نظرم جلوه نمایی تعریف کنم شانه کشم عجب صفایی تعریف کنم شانه کشم عجب صفایی نگین داری و چار گل دبینی بود گلزار خاله و سره داری حاله و سره داری خالت عجب است من گرفتارم او خوش کنی جادوگر بیا قیمت کن من خریدارم ای به تو امین است که کم بر وفایی ای به تو امین است که کم بر وفایی خوش آمدی یار وفادارم دست گلی شوخ زدم گارم دست گل خمچه باغ باره میوه داره سیب بدخشان میوه داره سیب بدخشان از دور سفیدی میکنه گردنه مثل گلی گلاب خندیدن خانه خرابم کده پاشیدنه قدیمی حالت به خیالم زده روی سفیدت به من
Please join me once again in thanking our extraordinary Afghan musicians.